Welcome to 2020 and episode 7 of the Secondhand Collective podcast. I am Stephanie.
And I'm Evan.
And this is a podcast about Poshmark for Poshmark users by two people that are on Poshmark a lot, all the time.
Too much.
I mean, not too much. I feel like it would be too much if I was bathing myself in money and had too much money.
No, that would be like the perfect amount.
That's true. That's actually because I'm not.
That's when you know that you're doing it right.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'd have like extra money from Poshmark to like sneeze into at this point.
I know. I'm just, yeah. That's a whole nother.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year,
let's
guys.
Keep it positive.
Let's not be bitter.
We thought it would be a perfect time to start talking about goals. Also, I have my baby here. That's what. If you could hear that little tiny squeaking noise and heavy breathing.
She's just going to be a permanent member of our show.
Yeah, you guys should just get used to it.
Eventually, I'll bring Kennedy on, and you can just hear her do her animal sounds. And
we'll just have like a little tiny petting zoo in the back. We'll have like a little tiny piglet.
We'll test you guys. You can cast your votes on what noise she's making.
Yes. We might have like a bonus episode that's literally my baby squawking and Kennedy whatevering.
Side note, Kennedy was hanging out with Madeline the other day. She was patting her head saying, "It's okay. It's okay." And I was like, right?
Oh my gosh.
What have you been through, Kennedy?
Kennedy's so
like,
cute.
I think you have a pretty easy life so far.
I mean, but she has the like mobility to walk around and like.
Right now she's going up to everyone and everything and being like, good boy, good boy, good boy.
Stop
And
it.
it's weird because we don't have any boy animals. So I'm just like, where have you gotten this from?
Did they do it in 101 Dalmatians?
I don't think so.
Okay. Because Justin was like, you watched 101 Dalmatians? And I was like, no, Kennedy did. On Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So,
anyways, 2020
goals.
Our goals are just stop tangenting as much.
Nah. So if you listened to last episode, you know that we had recorded some episodes that my husband did not actually hit record on. And this was one of them.
Yeah.
So we went through this already together, but still wanted to share it. And we honestly were kind of glad because we were like all over the place. We're like, tangents are okay, but this was like...
This was like Stephanie's helping me get my life together because she was cleaning up my goals for me. And then we were just like
it basically
everything.
Was like if we had a coffee date.
Yeah.
But not like if we were recording a podcast.
Yeah, it was a little too much. But now, I've got my goals in order. My skin's glowing. I'm eating better, drinking water. Everything's going great.
You have switched to decaf in the evenings?
Yeah, because...
Or always? Do you always?
No.
Oh.
Just today.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that I didn't get too wired.
There you go. But I did introduce the idea of SMART goals to Evan, which was why we rewrote some of her goals.
I had never heard of it before.
And I'm pretty sure I heard of it from Dave Ramsey. But it's a great way to kind of filter your goals and see if they're realistic or, cause I think, especially with the new year, people go, I want to lose weight or I want to eat healthy. And those are things that like, well, what does that mean? Like I've had a weird couple of weeks, and for me, eating healthy would be like, I'm not having 2 Oreos every 4 hours.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, remembering to eat it all.
Yes, absolutely. I buy myself lunch, not go out for lunch, but like at the grocery store, I'm like, I could make a sandwich with this or something. But yeah, so these are it's a great way to see just to refine your goals. So SMART is an acronym? Is that what we had decided it's called?
I think so. Yeah.
I thought it was an acrostic, like an acrostic poem. But whatever. And it just stands for simple, measurable, attainable, relevant, and then time specific. So a simple goal, we'll just kind of put these in terms of Poshmark. Simple would not be like, I'm going to share my closet 5 times a day and then share the closet of the last 5 people that have followed me. I'll share their closet every day, and like making it really in depth. Something would be perhaps to say like, I will share my closet 1 time a day, 5 days a week or something like that. Measurable would be, that's why I said share it 1 time a day, 5 times a week. So it's not like I want to share my closet more. It's very specific. Attainable wouldn't be like, I want to make $1 million on Poshmark this year.
Easy.
Or ever. How about if you can just hit that threshold
right?
of all time? Relevant. So especially talking about Poshmark, it wouldn't be like, I want to figure out shipping for eBay. That is not a Poshmark goal. And time specific. So to say, by the end of January, I want to have gotten in the habit of sharing my closet once a day, 5 days a week, or whatever it would be. So with that, we thought we'd just share our goals for 2020.
Yeah.
In our Poshmark closets.
Do you want to go back and forth, or?
Yeah, let's go back and forth.
All right, sounds good. Sorry, that was real loud.
Maybe. We don't know how loud you are in this.
I know. Okay, I have been told that I am quiet, but it sounds like I'm yelling in my head. It's a lifelong problem that I've had. So,
but Justin said he adjusted the levels, so it'd be interesting. What if it was like someone goes, "Oh, for a minute she sounded normal."
Yeah, well, we'll see. Anyways, okay, so one of my goals is I want to be able to source and list once a week. Right now, it's kind of hit or miss for me to source because I lack consistent childcare, and I am not bringing that little monkey along on the ride. So obviously, if I'm not sourcing, I can't really list. So I would be totally happy just with like once a week doing a big ol' sourcing trip and then getting that done for the week ahead.
Yeah. That's a really good one.
Pretty simple.
I feel like 3 months ago, I would have been like, dang, I can't imagine that because I was sourcing all the time. Yeah. And I literally have not been to the bins since the day before she was born. So it's like almost 3 months and I'm dying. So I get why that's like a big
I know, I see
deal.
people that are like going all the time and I'm just like, oh, what a life.
I know, it's
amazing.
I'm glad that you put it as a goal though, because I feel like as I've been looking more at, I don't know why, more at like Poshmark hashtags and stuff, and I see people with their sourcing trips, I've been like feeling kind of discouraged because I haven't had anything new. Mm-hmm. I actually have been relisting.
Good.
Because I'm like, at least I'm doing something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I was a person that definitely took advantage of not having a child. So it's not even like, I'm not a person that would say, I wish I had done more when I didn't have a kid. Because I think I did. Mm-hmm. Now I'm just like, oh man, I need to figure this out. So you having that as a goal is really cool.
Thanks.
So, yeah. Mine would be, so my goals, because I'm trying to keep them smart, are basically based off of the idea that I don't know if I'll be able to go sourcing. I don't know if I'll be able to have new listings. So what can I do that I can be in control of? My first one would be to clear out my old and stale inventory. So as I have been relisting, like I had talked about, relisting is hard because I get to a point where I'm like, should I even relist this item? And so now as I do that, I can think, well, my goal is to get rid of it. So if I say it's not even worth relisting, I just want to send it to ThreadUp or donate it or whatever I need to do so that maybe I only have 350 listings, active listings, which is really weird for me because I had upwards of 900 at one point. But then I think too, when I do go sourcing, I don't feel like I'm bursting at the seams anymore. Mm-hmm. And I think, as we've been trying to figure out me, sourcing again and whatever, Justin said, don't you have stuff to list like at your mom's house that you could just go? And I was like, yeah, but some of it is literally from a year ago and I wouldn't pick it up now because, the more you do it, the more you kind of like fine tune what you do.
Right.
So to some extent, it's like, okay, I've had some of this stuff literally up for 2 years and it hasn't sold. I don't want to relist it. At this point, like that sourcing trip has paid for itself, or it's not worth keeping. I just need to get rid of it. Marie Kondo it, I guess you could say. It doesn't bring me joy anymore. So that's mine. And that's something I can do even if I have her with me or whatever.
That's a good one. For me, my second one would be to increase my revenue by $100.
Total or a month or what?
Total.
Okay.
No, just kidding.
Oh, no, I didn't know. Seriously, I was like, no, that's fine.
No, I'd like it to be a month.
Yeah.
It would be preferably a week.
I know,
but
right?
That's a joke.
I literally made this last month, November. Well, we're recording this in December, so last month was November. I made a quarter of what I made like 3 months prior. A quarter of that. 25%.
November was a bad month for me.
Everything is a bad month for me.
Well, I mean, yeah, you have a baby.
Yeah. That's the best. I'm living my best day over and over with this baby. But in terms of my business, it's been real struggling.
We're going to consider that your maternity leave.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
2020
the fact that you even made a quarter is pro good.
There you go. 2020 will be when my maternity leave ends.
Yeah.
Actually, that should be what I do. New
Yeah.
year, new me.
Yeah.
New year, back to the grind or whatever they say. Is that for people that work out? Because I'm not doing that.
Yeah. I still technically have a broken rib, which, side note, I have a broken rib. So I haven't been able to work out. And it's not like I work out. I do yoga. Yoga. I can't even say it right.
Yoga is working out, man.
No, I know, but it's not like I'm, lifting weights at the gym or anything.
Yeah, but it's all about your body weight.
I know. And these little noodle arms.
Just go to the bins a couple times because I'm like, oh, I'm dying. Or you want to hold my baby for a little bit? Because
no, girl, mine's like 25 pounds now.
I know, but start small. She's 11 and a half.
I know.
My second one is to clean out my Poshmark room, which kind of goes hand in hand with clearing out the old and stale inventory. If you're new here, hello, first of all. But I keep my Poshmark stuff at my mom's house, which is on the other side of town. And it has just kind of become a catch-all for things like, for a while I followed a girl that sold a lot of like beauty products. And so I was picking up things at Goodwill or the bins, and I have boxes of like lotions and stuff that I was like, I'm going to sell those on Mercari. And guess what? I never did. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's at a point where I either need to just list them on Facebook Marketplace and be like, all these for $15 or whatever, but just get them out so that my Poshmark room is just my inventory. That way I walk in when I do get a chance to go, and it's like all... I'm sorry, but I had to laugh because Evan just sneezed completely silently. I slow-mo watched it started to happen. I'm holding a tiny human that is grunting.
I was trying to be discreet.
I am dying. That was so funny. And she actually sneezed. We have to keep it in so people could hear you not you're not sneeze. That was so much skill. I can't do that.
I hate sneezing. Like at school, I hate sneezing in public. I don't know. I mean, now I don't really care, but I mastered the art of sneezing quietly.
That was silently. That wasn't even quiet.
I don't think it's healthy because I'm sure your body actually needs to
we should
sneeze
look into
stuff
that.
out.
I want to research that. Is it important that you make a noise when you sneeze?
Well, it's not even that I didn't make a noise. It's I sneeze, but stop the sneeze, if that makes sense.
Oh, but I feel like when I do that, I at least have a noise.
Oh, no.
Where I'm like...
Yeah,
right? I just did it silent.
I cut out that noise.
That was amazing.
Thank you. I have a lot of talents, guys.
Yeah, dang. my third one is now going to be learn how to sneeze silently. But yeah, I just want to clean out the Poshmark room at my mom's house so I can walk in, and it's just like cleaning your house in general. For me, when it's all cluttery, my brain is cluttery.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to walk in and have all of my inventory there. I've gone through everything. I think I was having Evan remind me of what I had on my my goals, and I think one of them was to go through every single item.
Yeah.
I think that was part of the like clearing out
To like
whatever.
actually look at it and hold it.
And Marie Kondo it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think doing that will kind of help the overall feel of that room, and will maybe make it less overwhelming. So, yeah.
And give you room to actually work.
Yeah. And I feel like it just, I don't know. I just think it feels really overwhelming and very chaotic, and
Yeah.
it's hard to like want to bring new things in when I'm like, I can't even imagine where I'd put it.
Yeah, for sure. For me, my third one is it's just to have a loose schedule. We talked about this for I think this is what started our major tangent of overhauling my life last time, because it was like, what does that mean? But
Because it wasn't a SMART goal.
yeah,
That was the
but
thing.
we couldn't pinpoint how to make it a SMART goal.
Yeah.
But I think for me, it's just maybe just figuring out how to even get to having a schedule, or like having a certain amount of things that I want to get done every single week, and just kind of like, if I have time here, I'll do this, kind of doing things on the fly, but having a general goal. But I need to get to that goal. So
Yeah. It's
stay
almost
tuned.
like weekly goals.
Yeah, I think that's what we came to, was like weekly, because I don't know. I mean, life's unpredictable.
Yeah, we even like in trying to do the podcast, we constantly are like there was one time that Kennedy was sick.
Yeah.
And so you were like, no, I'm going to stay with Kennedy. And then like, I'm sure there have been times where we can't. I mean, we often can't just because of, all the things. And so that's the whole idea of like, you don't want to have it be super rigid to where you say like that thing, like I'm going to share my closet every single day, 5 times a day,
Yeah,
or
because
whatever.
I already know that's going to be unrealistic.
Right. But if you were to say, this week I want to share my closet 25 times.
Yeah.
And whether that's you sit there and share it over and over and over while you're watching a movie.
Yeah, if I do it all in one day, great. Awesome.
Yeah.
Or if I have to do it over the entire week, just having that, because you never know what time you actually have available.
Yeah.
Do you have another one?
Yeah. Okay. My third one, it kind of, I guess a lot of it has to do with that room at my mom's house.
It's that room.
It's
just taking over your life.
It's my old bedroom. That's the funny part.
It still haunts you.
It does. I still have things up on the wall
from
like when I lived there, which is super weird. So that's part of the like wanting to clear it out. Mm-hmm. Like I see people, and you have one. Like I remember before I met you, you did like an office tour.
Oh yeah,
on your Instagram.
Yeah,
I remember watching that. Oh. And I just feel like I don't need it to be some like super cute #girlboss space or anything. Yeah. But it doesn't feel like I work there. It just feels like this room full of crap.
Yeah. And
so, like I see people that have a rack of stuff that they steam, and I'm like, I have nowhere I would even hang something to steam. Mm. And so my third one is a better photo setup. So I think overall, if I were to say I have one major goal, it would be just to kind of like completely redo that Poshmark room to make it more cohesive to working when I am able to work. Mm. Because as it is, having all of my stuff on the other side of town is a huge hurdle to overcome in working, especially with a baby. And then knowing that when I get there, I walk in and my head explodes, and I have a baby and I'm trying to like navigate all this stuff. But if I walked in and was like, yes, here's my quote unquote office, and
you can just start working.
Yeah.
And you could even have like a little corner of stuff for Madeline to keep her busy, or have your mom watch her.
Yeah,
that'd probably be easier.
Yeah.
But if for some reason your mom couldn't.
Yeah. Or I mean, she has, as of now, I just kind of wear her because she's little enough. She can't like do anything but lay there. I wear her, and then I have a pack and play that I got at Goodwill.
Nice.
But yeah, so I think those are mine. And then we have some goals for the podcast as well.
Yes. We have ideas of what we want to do going forward. And
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we started it in a crazy time of life. And I mean, the crazy time of year, first of all, in the holiday season. But I had just had a baby, or was getting ready to when we started it.
Yeah, you were literally about to pop when we were...
Yeah, it was like a week
recording.
Before. But I think it kind of is nice because we started it... we didn't have the ability to like do it before. Mm-hmm. And we kind of now just figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, it's real life. Hashtag real life.
Yeah. So I think too, like, I don't know. I was like, are we actually going to do this for a long time? Or are we going to do like one episode and be like, that was so fun, and then never do it again?
Yeah.
But we've been really diligent about making it happen. So I feel like
it's fun.
Yeah. We enjoy it, and we want to kind of help it have some direction instead of like next year at Christmas, we're like still doing the same thing.
Yeah. We've been just letting it be, not as consistent as we would like for the rest of this year. But now we're going to start.
Yes.
Weekly episodes. And we're going to try to not skip any weeks.
Yes. We're not going to.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Every time we sit down to record,
we tangent.
We run out of time. We don't record enough episodes,
But it's a goal.
It's a goal. We got to do it.
So we can make it smart goals by figuring out how many we have to do each time.
Yep.
And so on and so forth. But, yeah, so that's probably I would say that's like the biggest goal.
Yeah.
Of them all.
That's the biggest.
I almost want to say that's the dream, but I know we have to call it like that's the plan.
It's totally doable.
That's
it's
our
doable.
Plan.
It's our plan. We're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
And now we've told you, so we have to.
I did read one time that like, while some people think that telling people your goals makes you more accountable, that it actually does the opposite because you feel like you've done something to accomplish the goal by telling someone about it, but you've done nothing.
That does not apply to me.
You don't think so?
No. Do you know how much guilt I feel about not having my YouTube channel like be anything more than one video? Like,
because you told people about it?
Well, just because I started it. I was like, I wish I would have at least made like 5 videos lined up so that I could have those ready to go.
Yeah.
Or to know that like, hey, right now is probably not the best time to start doing this.
Yeah.
So no, I get major guilt, but maybe that's a personal issue.
No, I heard somebody, like a goal person, said that like you're more likely to accomplish goals if you set them personally, but don't tell people.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I guess it depends on if you like the peer pressure or not.
Yeah.
But apparently we do because we're telling everyone.
Yeah.
Mine is within the podcast. It's not podcast episode specific, but we have a Facebook page, and on the Facebook page we have a Facebook group, and I think it would be great to somehow to get that group going because right now there are 2 people in it, and I'm sure everyone can guess what 2 people they are.
I actually found out that I was an admin.
I was going to say you're in it.
I didn't know I was an admin or that I was in the group.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would love to.
I think it's just a really one more way to connect with people.
Yeah. I think we could have nice little discussions, little chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be great.
Do you have any other ones?
Yeah. Consistency with Instagram. We kind of just post and then bail.
Yeah. And we actually literally had an entire business meeting. Oh,
yeah. We sat down. We talked about it. We did nothing about it.
I feel like we're still figuring things out, and
Madeline's figuring things out.
She's working things out, I think. But yeah, I think just figuring out what we're going to do because it doesn't have to be every single day or 3 times a day or whatever, but whatever we do, it's just consistent. And I think in general, it's like putting a little bit more energy into making this more than just like, oh, sometimes we get together and talk about Poshmark.
Yeah. We want it to be a thing.
Yeah. Like we might not be the most professional in the world, but we at least take it
We at
seriously.
least have a sense of humor.
Yes, we do. And I think this would resonate with a lot of people that are on Poshmark. A lot of why we like it, as sellers or people that make their income from it, is because for whatever reason we don't do well or thrive in a typical 9-to-5 setting, and probably have a lot of dreams of kind of like freedom of life in terms of what we do with our day, and not having to, put in a vacation request or whatever. So, do you have any other things that like in the same line of, I hate like girl boss or whatever,
Being
but
an entrepreneur.
yeah, kind of like just the things that you do that keep you out of a 9-to-5 job. Do you have any other goals for that sort of thing? I just feel like a lot of people that do Poshmark do other things too.
Well, I've started making home goods, really pillows that I could sell online. I do some furniture reupholstering, but that's obviously going to be a local thing. But I want to have a website and start selling those online this year.
That's really cool.
Thanks.
And the pillows are cool.
Thanks.
We had said that we want to keep this short, but I just want to say that Evan's pillows are really cool.
So cool.
She sold them at a barn sale that our friend Jordan does.
Oh, also on the podcast, we want to have guests.
Yes, like Jordan.
Like Jordan. She's our first guest that we've never had on.
Literally been trying to get Jordan on here since...
She's a slippery fish.
Since the very first time we recorded. Like, we were going to have Jordan here. And then we were like, well, we don't really know what we're doing, so maybe let's not have her at the first one. And then it just hasn't worked out.
She's always out of town. She's got a life.
And she has a baby.
We all have babies.
I know, but just trying to coordinate with 2 people with
a
baby each.
Yeah.
And then you throw in a third.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Any personal goals for you?
Yeah. I've had a blog for like forever, and I just want to be more diligent about posting, like maybe like 4 times, like once a week. So 4 times a month or whatever. Yeah, that would be my thing. I feel like that's always my goal, is to post more on my blog.
That's a good goal.
Yeah, so 4 times a month. That's the smart goal.
It's doable.
So, yeah. And as always, we always want to know what all y'all think about what we're talking about. If you could all be here with us right now, we're in this room with a bunch of chairs, and you could all sit here and raise your hands and
tell us. Oh my God, we should
here
have a live show.
I can think of 2 people that would come.
We'll just pay a lot of people
and
to
my
be
mom.
in the audience.
My mom would come.
My mom would not come.
Oh.
She refuses to listen to the podcast.
My mom. Okay. My mom says that she's going to watch the podcast.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck with that, Linda.
Okay, Linda. But that's really her name. But yeah, but anyway, we want to know what you guys think. So we want to know your goals. If you want to drop your goals on our Instagram or our Facebook group, you can join our Facebook group. Our Facebook is the SHC podcast, and that's our Instagram and all the places. But we'd love to hear what your goals are for 2020, whether they're Poshmark or kind of like self-employed other things like creative ventures.
Or whatever,
Yeah, that's true. They can be
I just
anything.
Want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, if you have any goals for our
Please
podcast,
talk to me.
Tell us if you have goals for our podcast. My goal would be that their podcast would just be under 10 minutes once. Please.
My goal would be for you guys to just quit.
No, that's not a goal for our podcast. That's mean. And as always, too, leave us a review
Leave Justin a review.
Leave Justin a review. He's the one that does all the work. We just sit and talk.
Yeah. I really do no work.
That's not true.
I just show up.
And remind me of things I forgot that I did a week ago.
Well, I'm glad I can be there for you
Thank you.
this trying time.
Did I just say thank you? Right, that's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I was something like thinking I kept going, you're welcome. But I realized that's okay. Anyway, happy 2020, everyone.
The Roaring 20s.
Yay.
Yay.
We'll see you next week.
Next week. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.